Welcome to Son of a Pigeon podcast. My name is Ohad and I'm here tonight with Drifter and Miyu.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Before we even start, I would like to ask all the beautiful people that listen to us right now, wherever you guys are, please go to Instagram, search Son of a Pigeon, Facebook, everywhere you find it on Google, give it a like, follow our Spotify, go to Apple Music, Google Podcast, everything, we're there, just find us. And now we can begin. How are you guys doing? Thank you for coming.
Pretty fine.
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you for inviting.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you too, Drifter. I'm really excited. We talked on the phone really a few days after I posted the first episode.
Yes.
And it was very good phone call. I really enjoyed that. You have a lot of energy. And also, I've seen the video clips of you two that you sent me, and it looks really, really good. After this, you told me it was a low budget production, but it was
budget almost.
wow, really good. And yeah, I would like to hear more about the project, how you two met, what led you to make this crazy Asian rock industrial fusion of music.
It's been actually a song, the Lucky Song, we're going to play soon, which is from a band I met when they played in Berlin.
A Japanese band?
Yes.
Okay.
Supercar, it's called. They were super famous in the end of the 90s or something. I don't know. But I met them in Berlin when I was super young in... sorry, I think they're fighting outside.
There is a fight outside.
Okay.
Shit, they're fighting. Should we call the police?
I don't know. Wow, it's really intense fight.
What?
Seriously, yeah. Should we
Goddamn.
call the police?
Maybe. All right, we're back. That was insane. Berlin usually is a safe city.
Yeah.
Usually.
Depends
Usually,
on the kids, or
Depends on the area also.
depends on the area, yeah.
But in general, relatively, it's a safe city.
Yeah, compared to any other city in the world, sure. Yeah. But I don't know, it were three, I think, under 18 years old guys, then a bigger guy, another guy, a girl. And everyone disappeared now.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with the
Super
police,
strange.
and they're okay. What's going on? Yeah, there was a fight here, but everyone disappeared now. I don't know.
Yeah, crazy. But I heard some weird stories in Berlin, violent-wise. For example, I looked for an apartment, and the girl that I was interested in the apartment she said, in the same building, a man killed his wife with an axe.
I know, it was
nice.
here. Close,
Here in
close.
Lichtenberg.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, very close.
This was actually
A friend of yours?
in the maybe in the first time when Miyu was kind of pulled out of this. She was in this. Look, just to make it short, her ex guy was actually mentally keeping her in a cage.
Yeah.
And she was only allowed to actually work with me because it's music. She didn't take it too serious and so on. When she found out we were talking about this stuff, she got some courage because of me, and she just wanted to get away. And then I could actually help. I was organizing her super fast, an apartment, just a room. It's a small apartment, but an apartment on her own, which is important. Not a shared living, not nothing. Apartment of her own, which was in a student's house, not far away from here. It's Koppistraße. It's I think one station away from here or something. And then we were doing some sport. I was taking her out. Let's go for running, and I like running around the city and check out new things, And we were coming to this weird house close to Espernhof Lichtenberg, a super big house, and it looked like, I don't know, Candyman's curse or some horror movie or something. It was daytime still, but it looked really rotten. And I said, let's go in. Let's check it out. And you've seen all the history of people
there's
carved into the
apartment?
walls, get me out here, I hate myself,
Yeah.
shit like this.
Yeah.
And this was the house where this happened.
Echt?
Yeah. With the ex
Really?
ex-killer. Yeah.
Wow.
But I think in the city of Berlin, there's so much. I think there's mental problems a lot, combined with drugs and alcohol, and maybe
Combined with
also
big city as well. I think everything
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fuses
Yeah,
into
but
each other.
especially like depressed.
depressed a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone, I don't know, how do you feel about Berlin? Because people tell me it's a bit depressing.
Depressing maybe because there is no sun. Maybe that's why it's depressing. But I think Berlin, if you compare it to Germany in general,
Yeah.
Berlin is very vibrant. There is so much here to do, and there are so many unique people here. I don't think it's really Germany, Berlin. If you go to other German
Yeah,
cities,
yeah,
I think
you
it's
cannot.
there
Yeah.
is way lower energy, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but Berlin, I think it's big cities. You know, you have so many people here, like 5 millions.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Right, right.
The
Japan
chance
is
that
bigger, but Tokyo is bigger, actually.
that is eventful podcast.
Yes.
The computer interface made exploding sounds. So we managed to overcome all this.
Afterwards, the street fight we need to watch.
Yeah, I think it's because we talked about evil stuff. So the
Right.
devil himself
Right.
came right here to tell us, talk about music, you motherfuckers.
So where have we been? Yeah, the Berlin city and the dangerous Berlin city. No.
Yes. I'm
Not-
actually
not so
curious about Miyu, when you were in this relationship, if you want to share, of course. Did you notice in one point that this is a bit too much and it's not so healthy?
Why you mean?
If
Why?
you notice this in the middle of the relationship, because
Yeah.
you know those stuff, they don't come all of a sudden. I think it's a slow
It's already like
progress.
super chaotic. For example, like when I was, it was also Corona time too. I couldn't go back to my parents, for example. And then he said, yeah, you can go back to Japan, but if you're going flight alone, that's meaning that you don't love me. And if you want to call together with my parents, the last house was super chaotic, messy, and he was also ashamed about this, but he didn't want to clean up either. But not the normal messy. It's not normal. I mean, like maybe you couldn't imagine. It's kind of like mule house, like full of garbage. So he didn't throw away anything. So cartons, like kissed much more Amazon kissed like this, like all
Amazon letters.
not just
Packages.
Amazon, and he has also like
Yeah. She showed me a video.
yeah.
Fully packed, one room apartment,
yeah.
fully packed.
Yeah.
For two
and,
people.
Yeah, and also he has pistols like
A gun.
Yeah, guns. And for this, he had like kind of like fridge.
A fridge for his
Fridge,
gun.
Ja, Waffenschrank.
Was it working, the
Auf
fridge?
Deutsch. Also Waffenschrank auf Deutsch, weißt
Badeschrank?
A safe.
Ah,
Not a
safe.
fridge.
A fridge,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It
yeah.
will be funny.
Yeah.
keep
And
the
he
guns.
was working at Stockton. He is working at Stockton, maybe still. And then he has always bringing some medicament. Medicament is medicine
Yes.
from sorry, my English is sometimes
sedatives,
mixing with German.
sedatives.
Yeah.
Sedatives, like
He's working as a-
antibiotics or
No,
anesthetics. He's an anesthetic,
Anesthetist.
and he
And he's bringing some medicines.
Is it the thing that makes you numb if you have pain, for example? Like morphine?
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
For, yeah.
And you have a gun license in Germany and
Yes.
you use
Yeah.
those stuff?
Yeah.
yes.
What's going on?
I mean, I
The
think this is
government-
illegal that he took it, probably, but it's the best stuff you can get. I don't know,
Yeah.
but he's using it for crazy
you know,
person.
like he doesn't want to showing up. He didn't want to showing up his what's inside in apartment. So that's why when I was talking with my parents, always I had to go to toilet to talk with my parents also. This is also chaotic already, and time to time I couldn't stop to control my emotion. So I was studying German in my Sprachschule, the language course in English. And there I was sometimes crying, I was sometimes super maniac, and then teacher also recommended me to go to psychotherapy. And then I was talking about this with my ex, and then he said, "No, no, no. If you have some problem, I can talk with you. No, you have problem, but no, 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 no. You have psycho problem. You have psycho problem."
I think this
Yeah.
a typical sorry but I got this stuff I got the full story as experience. I think this guy is a narcissist because I mean we do this freeing the girl action, you know, like taking her out, kidnapping. It's not like she kidnaps herself. I didn't do anything. But then there's a lot of messages coming, you know, and when you are in the situation, in her situation, you are afraid. So I checked all the messages. Like she allowed
From
me.
her phone, you mean?
Yeah.
From
She allowed
her
me to
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
okay, look, we were at Frauenberatungsstation where women in this situation get help, you know, because Miyu is not so good in. She's good in German, but the people talk too fast, you know, and also in English. So to avoid misunderstanding, I came with her, and they said save all the messages that come, like just save it. Don't answer it in like right away, because this is a narcissist trick to get you back in, to make you afraid again. This is a game of fear. What was played there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a psychological game.
Psychological
Yeah.
game. She was not allowed to have contact with her friends or with anyone. Everyone was kind of like feeling it. I met these friends. Everyone was kind of
Yeah.
feeling it and super happy that
Yeah, I
she's
could
out now.
escape, yeah.
But no one knew what really to do.
Yeah, it's not easy to
Yeah.
help someone in this situation, especially if the guy on the other side is crazy and you have a gun.
Yeah, and especially it was super not so easy for I mean, like I'm Ausländer, foreigners. It's very difficult. So, and also culture difference also making misunderstanding too. But also I must also recognize he's not from Berlin, but he has already from I mean his background also a bit confused, complicated with I mean like with her mother or with her father. For example, I never met his father yet either.
Never his father,
No,
his
I
mother,
never met.
family.
Yeah, I was together with him 2 years almost 2 years, but I never met his father because he didn't want to meet me to Batman. He didn't want to me to meet him.
To introduce you to the family.
Yeah.
If you wish to give a message to women who are in this situation and they need some voice to help them go out, what would you advise them?
Yeah, has to be tough. It's not so easy, but this is like that message for I put. So now I have super happy because I can get the opportunity not to talk about my story, but can put in my lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, to speak out.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
I think this was a. Do we have experience with narcissist people?
With narcissists?
Narcissist, not like narcissist is.
Narcissism.
I mean, we're living in a world full of narcissist people in a way, but the real narcissist, like really, this is a mental a nutcase. This is actually when you suffer from such a thing, you probably are a pretty nice a person, empathetic and so on, and this is used. Maybe you're a weak person too or something. This is used, and it's never stopping. It's going to be a circle. What the people from the women help station said, like it's kind of a circle where you actually get like you get dumped here, like you know, pushed down. Then there's a lot of sorry and pushing you up again, pushing you down again. The circle goes on, and you don't even know who you are. You actually go crazy yourself. Because they try to tell you truth that is not actually there. So afterwards, I took her out. There was a lot of this circle happening, this messages trying to make fear, and you will be thrown out of the country and whatever. Like anything, you're not gemeldet here anymore. You know, so
Registered
here. So you will have big problems. We've been actually like 2 times at a Bürgeramt, at a station where you can get registered, just to check. And 2 times I made it only by phone, but they're not allowed to tell by phone. But they said, yeah, okay, yes, someone with a name like this is registered under this address. So it was actually just lying and making stress and making panic in an already panic thing. But we managed to. So what to do in this situation? Talk to other people who are not really connected to this person or who maybe know it. You need to have information if you are stupid, if you're crazy, or if the other person actually spins you in a weird, crazy relationship. And I think a lot of people know what we're talking about. I think a lot of people have this experience.
I think so as well.
Man, girl, doesn't matter which gender or where you come from. This is a human thing that happens. You get out there really destroyed. Yeah, I mean, and this was the hardest thing, the psychological thing. But I think the first time when everything was safe, she had her flat. It took, I think, few weeks or something until you could see her growing as a person.
Yeah, it takes a while. It's a healing process.
Like really,
Right. Yeah. First time I was really confused and where I am, or like I couldn't feel where I am, or like how I could escape. This was like I was living. I was alive, but I was feeling like that's where I couldn't understand where I was, or who I am. But I didn't stop my career because this is important. Only my modeling is in front of the camera. I was always same feeling. I could get always same feeling. So that's why, yeah.
The art helps.
Yeah, art helps. Yeah,
Art helps a lot.
So actually, this the very first song that we did is called "Lucky," and somehow faithful thing that happens somehow because Miyu got really lucky. We could manage to change the whole situation, to really give her life back.
Yeah, exactly.
And everything, also the video shot. The video shoot we did, this was all under this pressure and stress. I couldn't really concentrate on what kind of video to do. Then we had budget problems because I don't know, there's so much traveling back and forth for this stuff, carrying stuff. We needed to get the stuff back from her. The guy didn't allow it. He only said, okay, only if I'm there and only if you come alone. But this was a no-go. Totally not. So we 2 times it happened that we needed to come with police because he had guns. And this is I was not afraid so much, but you never know. Second time I wouldn't have called police, but police themselves said, hey, yeah, this is what we're here for. If this guy has guns, you never know. 99% chance nothing happens, and then they were coming with like 8 people fully equipped, like, like really
Swag.
Could be something is happening. And the first time it was interesting when I told them, and I don't know if we really need police here or if it's just too much, They were actually taking 1 or 2 hours time to find out about this guy and to see.
Organized.
And they said, okay, we don't need a special or SEK or special forces mission. I think it's enough if we go with some policemen. I was like, okay, good. I think that's enough. They were thinking about like a big thing, coming there with machine guns or I don't know. It's really crazy.
It's crazy how they give a license to someone who might have those issues. It's insane because Germany, it's a country that people with guns, it's very uncommon to see here unless you are police force or military.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And when someone have permission from the government to carry a gun and use it, I don't know.
It's not super
what he needs to
easy,
do
but
for it.
actually it's kind of like easy because some, like the hobbies, we call shisen, shooting, shisen, shishtan, gibt es,
Is he a hunter or something?
No, he's a doctor, and that's the thing. This is how.
No, but this is not connected with the.
It's not connected. You can do it too as a sport in Germany, and if you have no criminal history,
right, yeah.
then
when you have those flying plates and they go up and you.
something like this, or
Yeah.
even there's like, I think you shoot onto some
target.
some goal. It's like a sport. It's for some people a
Yeah.
sport. But that's an interesting question because he is a doctor. He works as a doctor, and from the outside, you might think he's a pretty good, nice person. These are the narcissists. They are charismatic. There are, but behind the surface, which was really dark actually, and so there's two faces, and the dark one he wanted to hide. He was really shocked when the police came. I think he was crying.
Yeah, even
He
crying.
was really shocked. He never thought that Miyu would pull this off.
Good job.
Yeah,
Good job, Miyu.
I think so too.
And everyone who listens to this and they have a relationship where they feel it's bad, but the partner is coming sometimes and give them a little bit of hope. Don't hang
Yeah,
on this hope.
exactly.
No.
Yeah.
I think
It's
you.
fake hope.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Exactly.
fake. It's to
Fake
keep
hope.
you
This is,
happy for a while, but then it will keep grinding you down.
Yeah.
And just find the best way to go out of it. I think if you are in this situation and you ask your friends for help and you come from a very honest and genuine place from the heart, they will help you. They will host you in the place, like what we're hearing right now with Drifter and with Miyu.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
maybe even if you don't have friends who might help, let's say you're really alone, then maybe starting like something like diary or something like what happened here, what happened there, to keep it tracking and give yourself a deadline. Okay, I'm checking now 2 months from now. I don't say anything. I'm just checking what happens, and then because that's the trick. They're trying to change what you think. They're trying to change your truth to yourself. They're trying to
keep
change
you
it.
on the balance between
Right.
being happy
Yeah.
and suffering.
Right,
When
right,
the
right.
suffering is
Exactly,
too
yeah.
much, they lift you,
Yeah.
and then they keep you back on the
Yeah,
suffering.
yeah, right. So actually, it worked out pretty well. So it was really lucky, a lucky thing. The song is called "Lucky," and then we decided, okay, we need to shoot a video now, and we did it on the
Mayday.
1st of May,
Yeah.
on the revolutionary 1st of May.
The work day.
The work day,
Yeah.
but Berlin's famous for having like super big demonstrations, and it usually turns out in riots, bigger or
Fighting.
smaller ones. So I was actually saying,
Yeah.
I have no idea what to do. I had so many ideas, but this is all, fuck it, Lau. We just go run and shoot, or what's it called? You know, like shoot whatever we get, and we're going to shoot there. I wanted to have it looking a little bit film-like or something. So I was asking a film director to do the camera work, because I thought she would be automatically trying to get film images. So this was my strategy in the way. We used an iPhone 13 Pro with an anamorphic lens to keep it small and that no one really realizes that we're actually shooting a video. And I think we got some really good footage.
Yeah, and in demonstration, we couldn't so much big camera.
Yeah, not possible.
Yeah.
And we actually shot until the riot started. So the last scene was it's in the video where Miyu is passing these on the left side. There's the police guys like looking like soldiers, and she passes it. And I think 1 second after, someone tried to storm through the police, and they fought back. Eva, the camera girl, was pushed down, was falling down, and I said, "Okay, stop." I already explosions were starting. Then police was starting to rush in, and Miyu was going down on her knees. I'm scared. I'm scared.
I was
Shit.
super scared.
Eva and me, we pulled her out. I think it took 30 minutes or something to
Yeah.
just get out of the place
Yeah.
where it was dangerous. But actually, it all worked perfectly together,
Yeah,
and
right.
this was the start of our project. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the name of art. Shall we
In the
listen?
name of art.
Shall we listen to the song?
Yes, we go. So the song is called "Lucky."
Yeah.
Na 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 na. が残ればまだラッキーなのにね
That was a beautiful song.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Very cool. What are your inspirations on the song, music-wise?
So this song is actually half of a cover from a band called Supercar. I wanted to do a new version because I met them when they are from Japan, and I met them once in a backstage room in Berlin, and I was a super fan from them. I was super young. And so for some reason, having these funded projects, I was thinking, okay, what kind of Japanese thing I could do without making my life too hard and trying to get into the direction of Japanese music. So I chose this one. And yeah, we reworked it and have a totally new version. The band actually never responded what they think about it.
Not yet.
Totally new version, but with respect.
But 2 weeks later, they re-released some new songs from them. They didn't release anything for years, so maybe it was some
exactly.
inspiration. A lot of good feedback about this new, more international version. Actually, it's about being lucky. It's about. It also talks about
Peace. Also.
Yeah, but also the question is this love good or is it bad?
A little bit naive.
Yeah.
Naivete.
The lyrics we trying to do, or also with this half of a cover song, but 50% of the lyrics we did ourselves, is more. It should not be explaining so much. It's much more like questions, and this is in the style of Japanese lyric writing, or generally Asia lyric writing, I would say. You don't have this typical A, B rhymes. In Japan, sometimes songs don't even rhyme at all. Lyrics.
And this is a common thing in Japan?
I'm not listening so much J-pop. But I think, it's totally different line, and also the chord, guitar chord also different.
Chords are different. It's a to me it feels like a mixture between traditional and kind of breaking the tradition without being too experimental. I was writing a lot of songs in my life and pitching music to other countries and producing the demos for maybe being released by record companies. So I wrote for Japan one time 4 lyrics. I translated the lyrics into English, kind of translated. It's not really. It's as good as you can get. You cannot directly translate, but you try to get the meaning and the words in a way. And this was the first time when I actually wrote the first and the only time when I wrote lyrics with are not rhyming, which are not rhyming in English, and it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Did it feel strange?
I can explain it by because the phrases are so long that it doesn't really matter. It has to do with the language, I would say. This is where my interest in Asian music comes from, or other music, then it's only English, because I think it's the format needs to be broken. It's not possible. The language dictates how to make the melody, and
the language and the culture.
The culture too, but the language itself, like say in when I was working with Korean stuff, they listen a lot. Listen, wait. Then they reply. But even like a small hey.
What do you mean they listen a lot?
It's a calmer communication.
As an artist to the people, to your audience.
General using this language is as
general speaking.
It's a more calm. He talks, then she talks, then he talks, because even saying, hey, how are you? Did you have something to eat? Is longer than you can say it super fast in English, for example. And so the communication becomes calmer and not so fast, not so.
It forces you to listen.
Right.
Also in German, it's like that, you know, the last word in German
In a way, yeah.
can change the whole meaning of the
yeah,
sentence.
Yeah, right.
You have to listen until the end.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah, also the language makes you think in a different way. I know in Russian language, for example, they have more words to describe colors. So they can see more colors because they know they're there. They have the awareness on those shades of colors. Just because of the language.
Okay.
And I also heard about a tribe in Australia, one of the native tribes, and they don't say left or right. They will say east or west.
Okay.
And they know where is west.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
It's very, very interesting. And how do you approach producing this music, for example, and other productions? From what I heard about your production, they're very, very good. You use...
Thank you.
You know, for me, my journey with music production is very, very deep. I really studied the best music producers, and the productions that there is today in the last, I would say, 50 years. And there is a core of some elements that someone needs to use in order to make the music more interesting and more approaching and more easy to digest. You have those little hooks, and you seem to use them a lot in your songs, which is amazing. I was blown away by that. Yeah. What are your inspirations about music production, and how do you approach this? How do you find those little candy ears so you can put them in the songs?
I think I work kind of like a listener, and we just wrote a song 2 days ago or something with the guitar player Owen from UK. Imagine you read a text or a story. You don't want to stop somewhere. It should be kept interesting. But if you do too much information, it has the opposite effect. So whenever I find some passage, there is something needed, or it needs to be changed, or couldn't it be better? Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. I'm just looking to find the gaps which are not filled yet. It's like puzzling.
You start very minimum and you build it up slowly?
I start in different. It depends. I always need to have some idea. It might be a title or like a every song is a project. So this is a project. This is a project. It should be like this, or it's an interesting bass line, or it's something you want to do, and then you work from there. It could be a lyric. It could be a melody. It could be an acoustic guitar riff. It could be a bass riff. Could be drum riff. So anything. But I think I need this one idea, one thing, because then I know what happens before and after. Yeah, I think.
What do you
mean? To me, let's say you write a song. You have like you have 1 minute. This is cool. But how to go on? And then there's many options. But is there so many options? Sometimes, let's say you did long notes before, really high. It would be stupid to do long notes. Keep them really high in long notes. So what you do is you put in more rhythmic, maybe lower. Try out the opposite first. You don't need to do it like in parts, but you can even do it more faster. You know what I mean? Modern pop music is written by how we did the pop music writing is whatever you have an instrumental, sometimes even from another producer or so, and then you have a microphone and just spit anything into it what comes into your mind, and do like 5-10 different versions, not think about it but make them different, and then you puzzle together the best pieces, and this kind of gives a new picture. This is how I work. I think I design more than I actually compose and write. But when there's a certain melody, I double check if it's emotional melody or not. This is what in Asia they call it, emotional melody. I would just say, yeah, okay, the melody matches the lyrics.
How do you define an emotional melody?
For example, let's say this is a song idea I'm working on. I'm losing me the more I stay. Could be, this is emotional if I do like I'm losing me the more I stay, but me if if I wanna be someone else, somewhere else, I'm losing me. So it makes you think. It keeps the long note and it matches with the I'm losing me. The more I stay, I want to go away, and so. But somehow it keeps me still here. It kind of, to me, it feels like it expresses really the lyrics, and this is what an emotional melody is.
What example would you give to non-emotional melody?
Let's use the same example. I'm losing me the more I stay. Yeah. It's like this. I mean, this gives it a different meaning, not the meaning I wanted to say. Maybe it works too, but it would make more fun of it in a way.
More funny vibes.
Funny vibes. This would be then a totally different meaning. So,
Okay.
But the emotional content to really express the words would be the first version.
I see.
So more serious in a way. Yeah.
What do you think about AI and emotional melodies?
Would
it be possible that AI will give us emotional melody? I think so far that we don't really have music that was generated by AI that we can listen and we can hear it as something harmonious and satisfying. But it's going to be there.
I was actually laughing at myself yesterday, preparing for this day. I was actually listening to Refusion. AI music generator, Refusion, is, I would recommend. I'm not someone who keeps information. I would recommend it. Refusion is probably the best thing right now. And I was I don't give the prompt what I use.
What does it generate exactly?
It generates music.
How?
You give it's like this AI generated images stuff. So you put in a prompt I want to have this and that. A text. And it gives you the music.
As audio file or text?
It's live playing. It's actually
Really?
live playing. Yeah. I typed in something what might be interesting for me, and I was actually listening 25-30 minutes to it sounded like a really bad recorded a session, but you're in a rehearsal room and some band is jamming the whole time and changes. And I was listening 20-30 minutes. And at the side chatting with ChatGPT about how I can use them. And I need to say, first of all, let's say content like horror or everything that's too provocative or let's say political or anything, they cannot do. They have this limitations. So they cannot do everything. Second, especially in the Refusion, I felt, okay, if I do the same prompt, the same text again and again and again, it will change. Didn't change so much. So if I have one prompt, that's actually the main idea of it.
What is an example for a prompt, a text that you can write?
Jeff Beck plays with Papa Roach or I don't know, something like this. You give, or EDM in Ibiza style, 80 BPM. Yeah.
Can you control also the instrumentation?
Maybe.
Can you write down Jeff Beck, rest his soul in peace, play a bass?
Maybe.
And see what it's like if Jeff Beck would play a bass?
Maybe.
Cool.
I was a bit more into try to figure out if he can copy Nirvana or grunge stuff or so. And I say, man, I was listening for 20-30 minutes to it felt like I'm in a rehearsal room, or I'm listening to a recording from a rehearsal room, and they are jamming just something, but in their style.
And it sounds harmonious. It sounds like a real people.
It's
like
a
real
shit.
band.
It's a shit recording. It sounds super MP3. It sounds super broken sometimes. It makes some mistakes, but the musical ideas are not bad.
Oh.
As an assistant for music, as a co-writer, I want to try this out, yeah.
And can you also download the individual tracks?
Yeah.
So you can have just drums and just the bass.
No. This you cannot. But there's another thing called Lala AI. I'm using this where you can actually separate the tracks, the stems, so that you have guitars, vocals. It's also really...
Every track you can do that?
Yeah, piano.
Even
But it's
tracks that
also
are
not the
working.
best quality yet. But I mean, see how, especially in this year, since November, ChatGPT is out there. ChatGPT, if people don't know, it's like the new AI thing. It can actually write screenplays or help you write screenplays.
It's Google on steroids, basically.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And right now it's January, and I think already companies are starting to implement this. I think I had 2 Telegram conversations with ChatGPT, and I thought this is a real person. So they actually put it already in.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's many things that this AI can do. For example, everyone knows Midjourney, which is insane.
It's insane,
way to generate images. And also there is this AI that can actually speak. And I've seen this experiment that Google did, and there was this AI, and he was calling some health center so they can schedule an appointment. And the woman from the health center scheduled an appointment for a machine. And you hear the machine. I think she asked her, "What's your name?" And she said, "My name is Lisa." And then you hear the AI say, like she's thinking, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And you have the deep fake, deep fake?
Yeah, totally.
So basically, you can do anything, you can be anyone. And then it raises a very concerning question. How do I know that I'm speaking to someone real? How do I know that what I'm seeing on a video, it's a real person? And I've seen a video of Elon Musk saying, "Holy shit, I took 5 grams of mushrooms. I'm tripping balls right now."
Yeah.
This is not Elon Musk, but it looks
yeah.
exactly like him. It sounds exactly like him.
Yeah. I mean, that's the danger. I think the limitations. From my experiments, I need to say the limitations are you can find out, and the human being is a really good hacker, and it will hack their way through always. So it has limitations in political correctness, no horror. It has certain limitations, and if you ask the right questions, you will directly find out if it's. Just ask, am I talking to ChatGPT here? If there's no answer, it's probably ChatGPT.
It doesn't answer when you ask it?
I mean, it will answer, but if it's programmed like this that it should fake someone is actually talking to you, it would be cheap if it say, "Yes, I'm ChatGPT." So you're not talking to a real person.
Are you a human?
This is how I found out. So I was like telling this guy, I think I'm talking to ChatGPT here. No answer. Just another statement. Okay, I think this is ChatGPT. I'm still not sure, but I think there's tricks. But I want to say, when people are now afraid, first of all, of course, it will cost jobs and so on. But how many? I'm coming from this time where the whole music production got so democratized that there's a lot of music out there, and it's even every day it becomes more and more and more and more and more.
It's easy today to produce
It's easy
music.
today. I think like human art will always have a certain. As a human, you need to learn an instrument or a certain way of how to paint something. Or even if you use AI, you have the AI cannot do the contemporary thing. So what goes on now, how we might feel or so. It cannot translate it. It only can use the information that are already there. So I think the whole art stuff will split up into the ones who are really taking the effort, they're enjoying the effort on creating something, and the ones who are actually already lazy and just using the consumer-friendly tools. So you will have the ones who with the consumer-friendly tools and the super great, perfectly 100% perfect results. But if you have so many of them, this will be boring. Then you have the other stuff which has a human touch. And I think it will help actually the real artists.
Yeah, I think if you're an artist, you're an artist. Like all of us, I would say.
Yeah.
If you for example, you're an artist, so you take your art as a model, but then maybe you take the same concept as a singer, just express it in a different way.
Right.
And I think what people are really pissed off about all the AI things, and I can understand that if I was someone who practiced my painting for 20, 30 years, and then some motherfucking AI would come and take my time that I spent and sat down and practiced on every line so it will be perfect, I will be pissed. But on the other way, it can people without any skill of painting, like me, for example, now I can create a lot of crazy art and I can put my own mind into that. So it just makes things a bit more shorter. It gives me more inspiration if I'm lacking, for example.
I think the one who spent the 20 years in painting, now it's shit maybe. Now it feels shit, but soon the 20 years of painting are much more worth than all the instant prompt text to image generated stuff. You know what I mean?
But how can you compare it if someone needs to sit down and make a painting for, let's say,
I think we just
2 or 3 days, and I can just write down a prompt and maybe it will take me half an hour to perfect it, so I can get my results.
I think you cannot do oil paintings, for example. I would go back to the oil instead of not digital anymore, but oil, no Photoshop, no nothing. Oil. Or playing for real, or using a little bit detuned instruments, or just giving the mistake back to the
human
taking
mistake.
Out of perfection. Yeah,
that's the human spirit, and this is very true. It's good that you bring it up.
And this is what AI cannot do, I think.
Very
the human
true.
mistake.
And I think this is also a problem with a lot of musicians this day. I have an album that I'm recording. It takes a little bit longer because I cannot really focus on it full time. But what I really like about this album is that some of the music, I have click, of course, but it's not really on the click. So if you really look at the grid and how the music was recorded, you see the picks of the snare and the bass drum, not really on the grid.
Yeah.
And it gives a lot of humanity to the song, even though, you know, if you're used to very straight, gridded songs like the hip hop today and the EDM, and actually most of the pop music is like that, all of a sudden there is something that is a bit more lucid.
Good
Something,
that you
it's
were
a bit
asking about
more-
my productions. I use the same trick. I'm not having a stable tempo.
Yeah, this is the best. And this is why your
And
music
it's
sounds so
just
organic.
130, 36, 135, and it kind of
Oh,
shifts.
you move it throughout the whole...
It's really, it's really moved. It's even recorded. After the drums were recorded, I edited the tempo even more. And like kind of, because the different parts are meant for different tempo in a way.
I see.
For the Lucky song, for example, there's this, it will be... I just feel this is necessary.
Yeah, there is movement
Yeah.
in those stuff. This is what makes the human experience way more fun and way more beautiful.
And tempo might be the last musical production field that is unexplored.
Tempo.
Because it's simple to put on a tempo and just put everything on it. But the same what happens with what will happen with AI generated images. They are too perfect and this is boring. So it comes back to the, let's say, tempo variations and no click at all, because this is interesting. People will not realize why, but it's just different. It just feels different than...
Yeah. But what I like about the AI art, for example, is... so what the machine is actually doing when we refer to AI is they're doing loops of the same command, but over and over again, a lot of times. And meanwhile, they're doing this loop, so they learn.
Yeah.
How they learn this, I don't really know, but it's like a feedback that goes all the time.
Yeah.
So what I noticed with the images and photos is that it's like a fractal that starts to open up, and then slowly it kind of settled on whatever I wrote down for it to do.
Yeah.
And this is so interesting because if you think about it as fractals, the images are very satisfying. Even if it's very abstract, it's very satisfying to look on the images that Midjourney is making, or other good AI, how do you call it? AI system? Generators, yeah.
With the music, I was listening for 20, 30 minutes yesterday. I thought, okay, I was just wondering what comes next. It's just little detail changes in a way. I was thinking, okay, how to use it. It probably will be, I'm putting in the text what I like, I look for the thing that I like, then I keep it going and I record 20 minutes, 1 hour or something. And in the end, I'm the one who's choosing what parts will be great. I'm the one, there's no lyrics there yet. Even the lyrics written by AI is not
lyrics also?
really good. Yeah, it's
And
not,
the
I don't
refusion?
like it so much. I don't like
How does
it.
it called? Refusion?
You can use ChatGPT. You can Refusion. They don't do lyrics. They only do riff fusion.
Riff
so
fusion.
riff, like a riff. They only do music, but there's other generators. I don't like the lyrics so far. It's looks like someone studied lyric writing and forget how it really works.
That's exactly what it is.
I mean, it's technically good, but it's actually shit. Especially for a song or a poem, you will have want to have something more 2 or 3 dimensional, which has weird many meanings. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal for lyrics writing.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be afraid. I would just say, like, try it out and find out your own way of maybe using it or not. I don't. It will take away the jobs from people who actually do graphic design for small books or something, or maybe cinema posters will not. But yeah, the world is changing, and we should work less.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it makes everything more efficient. How is it going in Tokyo or in Japan, considering AI? Because Japan usually it's very
I'm not came back
technological.
to Japan so long time actually after Corona time. It's so I'm not visited there. I've been not visited there for 3 years or almost. Maybe it will be super changed. I don't know.
I can tell. Tencent is the biggest, one of the biggest companies in the world. It's Chinese, and they just released 1,000 songs on a streaming service, all AI generated. They going full in, all in. And I'm actually I was working a lot for years as like ghostwriter and producer. So I produce songs with everything and send them to industry, and they might be using it for artists. I'm not going to do this anymore because the AI generators need actually input, and I think they will use also fresh stuff which is unreleased just as input, create something new, because then they can have their own copyrights and all the money goes into their own company instead of any. So there are, of course. And I told it already 2 years ago, this will happen at one point, and Asia will be the first who does this without any bad feeling. But it's okay. I mean, if you listen to some of the most modern music, it's so full of autotune and so full of computer-made beats already that
it's tuned to perfection.
right. This is why actually, when we thought, okay, let's try this project. People were asking, hey, do you some more? Okay, let's do some more and try this project. We were pretty sure we're not going to use not too much computer production. It should be, we need to practice. We need to learn a lot. We need to play the stuff. We need to sing the stuff, and we will be probably not perfect. But there's no way that we jump onto this board because the train already left into the other direction. So I think right now, more and more, let's say, grunge or rock or anything that is less electronic will come back, is my personal feeling. I don't know if I'm right. I hope, but
I hope as well, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, if a DJ can be, if you can put an AI on as a DJ
Yeah,
or so,
right.
being a DJ is not so interesting anymore. Then you need to be somehow
scared.
special, you know. But we're also trying to not doing too traditional music. So in the style of upcoming AI music, we also use in the music what we do, some musical jumps without thinking about them. So
What are you doing? Musical
jumps,
Jams.
jumps, like jumping from
jumping. Okay.
It's not really composing. Sometimes we jump from one key to another, but kind of staying in the same chord or something. I'm not studied musically, so I cannot tell the theory behind it. But this comes again from her Japanese background, and we're somehow in a minor whatever melody, and she jumps into a major melody. This is like so
Intuitively.
somehow in
I wrote
she
this
did it.
song,
Yeah, she did it.
just published on YouTube after Lucky song.
What is it called?
どうでもいいじゃん. どうでもいいじゃん means like doesn't matter in English on a shy side girl. in German.
Yeah.
Maybe in German it's more Scheißegal.
Yeah,
Scheißegal. Das ist Scheißegal, habe ich schon gesagt.
We thought we need to use this word because in Japan probably no one would make a song with this title.
Scheißegal.
It's you're too polite to do this stuff. So, but why not? Someone needs to do it.
Are you going to play this song as well?
Not this one because this is actually
not
we
for
can
acoustic.
we're not really good with this on acoustic
But
because
please check the YouTube because
Yeah.
we published. On
we
the
have it
YouTube.
already.
YouTube.
Then, and so we shot Petersburg's art, Berlin Art Space.
Yeah.
Music video.
This is a full-on rock song. We actually need drum set for this. We can play it acoustic, but
Yeah.
I don't think it makes. We decided
Yeah.
against it. But instead we're going to play the next video we're working on. The song is called Maybe Just Happy, and it also has this musical jump. Let's see if you can find it. Okay, song is called Maybe Just Happy. Why always keep your head down? Why always make it sound like you're nothing? In silence you wanna destroy. Dress up
Like Tokyo
radio boy.
She needs her own face.
Hold on, hold on, go on, go on. Hey, you!
生きてるの
Hey, you!
死んでるの多分幸せ
Maybe just happy.
そんな気がする
Maybe just happy. Coming like a rainbow.
右肩にピンクのユニコーン
K-pop on Tokyo Radio. So on, so on, so on, so on. Hey, you!
生きてるの
Hey, you!
死んでるの多分幸せ
Maybe just happy. Maybe just happy. Maybe just happy. Maybe just happy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah 多分幸せ
Maybe just happy.
そんな気がする
Maybe just happy.
そんな気がする
Maybe just happy.
多分幸せ
Maybe just happy.
That was a great performance.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to have it live at some point with real band and all this shit. And I'm looking forward to real dynamic live shows and feedback guitars and in between songs some jam and all of this old school.
The whole live experience.
Yeah. The
So
whole life
important.
experience. I mean, life is not so much fun anymore in big stadiums when you get thrown out after drinking 3 super expensive beers right when the band stops, lights on, everyone out. I don't know. I hope there will be much more real live shows coming soon where you have party afterwards and so on. In the small clubs you still have it, but like the whole big mainstream stuff is not this like at all. Like it's just a circus show.
It depends how close you are to the band, I would say.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully that will be our problems, to be in fucking stadiums, playing in front of 10 of thousands of people, and
We
then
want to play longer.
go to sleep early.
Lyric-wise, trying to work from emotions and feeling, because we're using English and Japanese. So it's probably that 50% of that people will understand 50% of it only, I think. So at least the stuff that they don't understand should not sound too far away in a way. So yeah, we're talking about
Soundly, like always when we
it's
are
about how it sounds and if it can might make an emotion. It's not so much like explaining.
focus on the sound when
Yeah.
we are working for writing lyrics. And also, I was trying to think with, like, for example, like always focus on the contrast, like photography, exactly. And so if I'm writing in Japanese part, it's super hard if I'm saying like normal voice. But if I try to use anime voice or something and it's a bit softer and kind of like kidding.
Because we're two
So-
singers, we it's really made for actually two singers. There's some songs Miyu sings not really alone, but I'm more in the background or so. But most of the songs are actually like duet. So you have two voices, and these two voices need to be sometimes in the front, sometimes in the back, sometimes like supporting, and it just jumps all the time. And so we also work a little bit with trying to use different sounds of voice at some parts. So
Yeah,
sometimes I
yeah,
should be
yeah,
stronger,
yeah.
sometimes really in the back, and
Exactly,
so
yeah.
and this is kind of, it reminds me of orchestral arranging. You have like a cello and a violin, and they kind of need to play with each other. They should be in the front, but not always. And this is the trick. This is actually the reason why we do the duet stuff, the duo stuff, because we can hide behind each other sometimes. You don't need to be always the strong person. It's like actually cheating a bit.
And also we are like playing the words actually, with lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's
comes
contrast.
actually from kind of, a little bit negative state, because the state of the world right now is not so nice, and I don't think that it's really helpful to just say, hey, everything is good, everything is good, everything is good. But also we're in a time where criticism is hard to do. It's not so easy anymore.
To criticize people.
First of all, to criticize people, but also to know what is really right, or what is the criticism, or everything is a little bit, it's not so clear anymore.
What is really right? It's a good question.
What is really right? Yeah, doing things for the people is quite of right, or like social, like maybe we should, maybe our generation needs to think about this again. What is the new right, or what is the new wrong? Yeah.
This is very dangerous places to go there, I would say, to right and wrong. And I think for the reason that if you judge something is right or wrong, you judge it.
Yeah, you judge it.
And
right,
this is a huge problem.
Yeah.
When we are
Yeah.
judging something,
Yeah.
we're losing it.
Yeah, right.
And this is very tricky, what is right and what is wrong. I'm coming from Israel. I'm coming from Jerusalem. And my grandfather is a Holocaust survivor. So he managed to escape. But nevertheless, I find Hitler very charismatic person. And he had energy. He managed to do what he did. And still, until today, we talk about him. We don't talk about random people that millions of them have died by the time, right? We still talk about him. And the thing about righteousness is that I was about to enter an apartment here in Berlin. And a day before that, the lady that was part of the community who was living there, she said, because I have those opinions about Hitler, then I'm an extremist and a racist. And the right thing to do for her is not to let me in. And it was one day before I was supposed to go in, and I told her I'm going to be homeless. You have no problem with that? She said no. And this is to do the right thing for her, So
I
what is to
understand.
do the right thing?
I
Where is the
understand.
balance?
Where's
It's
the
very
balance?
tricky.
And that's also interesting. You if you say this, okay, you get some criticism. If I would say this, I would, because I'm German, I would actually be for the Staatsschutz or something, for the
Protection of
the government,
Yeah.
and they will actually start to watch me or something. And this is what I'm also saying. What is right, what is wrong? You're totally right. The judgment is wrong.
I think it's more about feelings that we have, and we need to follow those feelings.
And you're totally right. And I love people who are totally honest and say what they believe. I mean, we're people. We can say what we believe right now, speak it out, and maybe change this belief because some other arguments were much better or whatever. But this is not even possible if you sometimes are not even able to speak something out without being in the risk of being judged or so.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And also people are offended very, 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 very fast today.
Yeah.
Every
Very
word
fast,
that
like,
makes someone feel a little bit uncomfortable, they automatically say, I'm offended.
Yeah.
And it's like a joker card. They can pull out and that's it.
Yeah,
Now the
yeah.
conversation is no longer valid.
Yeah.
They no longer have any responsibility for what they feel.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
like this, and you're the problem one.
Yeah.
Because you trigger them.
I need to say I'm a bit afraid of this attitude when people are not able to talk anymore.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's super scary because I would
Scary.
rather talk with a super hardcore Nazi, just like really arguments, and maybe it changes something, rather than with someone who's totally left and you're not allowed to say anything. I just need to say, because then there's no discussion anymore because you're bad by having second thoughts or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
This
And
is a
those are
problem.
very extreme situations that you take, but
Yeah, of
sometimes it's
course.
very subtle in life.
Yeah.
It's like, you're vegan, I'm not.
I mean, you need to take right.
You're
right,
offended by me eating
right,
meat.
Right.
What is this?
Right.
Right.
And this destroys the whole moment of the vegan culture, I would say. It makes them actually more bad, or it gives them more, or it gives them less people who would like to join, because if it's too strict, it's hard to join
Yeah,
being vegan or whatever.
but some people really like it because it gives them some direction in life. And it's kind of like religion. Religion was a great
or
tool.
trend, or some
trend.
people also a trend. Like some people also tell young people they're vegan because everyone is doing it. It's like you're uncool if you're not.
Trend.
a
Yeah,
lot.
mode.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting how people are getting offended so easily, and how little we can say.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I think
yeah.
this is one of the craziest thing about being alive today. You have so much information, and it can be good, of course, because then we can learn so many things really easily, and we have, I think, the best information at our fingertips. But then on the other hand, you can be offended for someone that you never met in your life, and you will defend this person.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Yeah, the
It's
weirdest thing that I noticed in this time is the Ukraine people, and let's say people from Syria or Gaza. Not saying something bad about any of those, but the way it looks like in the media is that you have the refugees from Ukraine, and the situation is horrible. But then when you see someone who is a refugee from Arab country, he might be a terrorist all of a sudden. And maybe he's not blonde with blue eyes, so he's less appealing to the Western TV. But in the end, both of them have been through a lot of hard times.
Yeah.
So
Right,
it's
right.
very weird to
Yeah.
judge those kind of things.
It's a paradox world we're living in, and especially Germany is a master of this double moral. It's actually like narcissism. It's like gaslighting. I tell you one thing, but the real it's not true actually.
Yeah.
But and you say, hey, it's not true. I say, yeah, but you can do it. Or I say, yeah, you can do this. You say, but if I do this, then this happens. I say, yeah, no, not really. Come, you can do this or whatever. It's like double moral. It's like two things that are actually not working together. And then if you say, hey, this is two things actually not working together, you get into the risk to have said something bad or anything. This is, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very fucked up. If it's fucked up on the government level, then of course it's going to bleed down for the businesses and the people and, to the end consumer, which is us.
But I mean, we're optimistic because every changing time needs some pressure in a way, and it needs some weird truth going on at first, where people say, I don't like this too much, and then start to change in the masses.
Yeah. This pressure makes a lot of change. This is very true. But I'm curious. Everything is completely changing. Now you have ChatGPT.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
one
not
day
expert for
ChatGPT will be the judge and the court, because they will know so much and they won't have those emotional bullshit that we need to face as humans.
I mean, science fiction books tell that then actually humans will be enslaved because they're too problematic for AI to properly work. So AI is going to put us into cages. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, most of the time, reality is stranger than fiction, but mostly not so harsh as fiction. We probably don't find ourselves in a dystopian AI driven world where we're just
Maybe.
human or biological waste or something.
But I think all of us here, hopefully also the listeners, old enough to remember times without phones.
Right.
And as a kid, if you would tell me iPhone will be this thing, I would say, wow, this is science fiction.
Yeah, totally.
And now you have, in your fingertips, you have a very strong computer. If you record audio with iPhone, it's way better than the best productions in the 70s.
Yeah, right.
Quality-wise.
Right.
I was not there in the 70s. So I was like, for me, like, it's normal. When I was baby also already phone is there.
But I think, just to close it up, we need to take care of, first of all, of ourselves. We need to make sure that we are safe within us, that we really listen to what our hearts need and what makes us excited, our passions. And if we do that while taking care of the people around us, I think this is a good guideline to follow. And right or wrong, just take care of yourself and to the people that are taking care of you and close to you. And I think if all of us will start doing that, we will have a way beautiful world.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm also super optimistic. It's through history that when the problematic times come, then there's coming a relaxation moment or some time too. I mean, maybe we had too much of peace, and I mean, the last World War, like almost 100 years ago, there's almost no less people who can actually tell about this.
Yeah, it's really almost 100 years ago. True.
And and this means that the generation which really directly experienced it is already gone. You don't have a direct experience, maybe some books or so, but not a person who will tell this.
Yeah, the generation today doesn't know what a war feels like.
Right, yeah. I mean, we always have a certain idea and watch the movie or something, but this is not the real deal.
But how does it affect us? How does it make us different?
I mean, it's you don't need to only see it in, let's say, Europe or something, but Japan had the Second World War. Everyone was working differently with it. In China, for example, the people are much more interested in working on stuff and do work because their parents already still had in memory the hunger times, which were in China. This memory, if this is gone, everyone gets a little bit too comfortable, I think. So this memory of hard times from real people helps newer generations to understand what life really is. But I think we don't have this so much in Europe anymore.
Yeah, Europe is very comfortable.
Yeah, super comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing really...
Or not Europe in the whole, but especially Germany, for example, is super comfortable. Europe is super different. I mean, if Romania and Germany compared is totally different.
Yeah, it's completely different, true. Yeah, let's say Western Europe is very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the more comfortable we get, the more soft we get.
Yeah.
and nothing good comes out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
I know it from my own experience.
Yeah.
But do we really need a war? That's the question.
I hope not. I hope not. I mean, we have war at the moment, but
It's far away from Germany.
the question is, why do we talk about wars still? I mean, I have the feeling that the Ukraine war shows a little bit that not so many people are interested in war as in the last.
Yeah, but
World
the people
war.
are not making the war. It's the
No,
government.
it's the governments, yeah. But let's say, like, where are the young people who are like, yeah, let's go to war? It's not so many, I think, or I had the feeling from what I
think it
read.
depends on the government. There are
needed
still
to-
Russian soldiers.
They
who
need
would
to
go the
force them
war.
to go to war.
Yeah, I can tell you from my experience in Israel. I was growing up in a place that is a military country, so the whole culture is around the military, and it serves you because your concept is that you will be killed if there will not be a military that will protect you. The Jewish people were scattered in Europe. They tried to kill us in Germany, and now we have our safe land, so we have to be there, and we need to protect ourselves. And you grow up and you think this is normal. And I'm protecting myself, I'm protecting my dad, I'm protecting my sisters, I'm protecting my friends. There are people who were protecting me. And now I will protect those who are coming, and they will protect me afterwards. And if you don't go to the military, it's a little bit of social, how do you call it, when they push you a bit aside. So the social fabric of the Israeli people prefer if you would be in the military, because then you would help the whole culture to do so. And if not, you won't be part of society, or society will maybe will not be so close to you. I don't know this word in English.
Conscription? The system.
You will be a little bit pushed out.
Yeah, pushed
from
out a
the-
little bit, yeah. And as humans, this is worse than dying psychologically.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if we are alone and we don't have community, if we go back to the ages where we used to be in forests and we had wildlife around us, then it means to be dead. So we want to be close as much as possible. We're stronger as a community. But still today we have this. So you want to be part of this society just so they won't push you away. And you agree with those ideas and with those concepts that you have no clue where they came from. They're just there and you want to be part of it.
It reminds me a bit of South Korea too. I was a singer in South Korean embassies and singing Korean stuff. And it was amazing. They were promoting South Korea by three things. It was two times entertainment, one times military. So the K-pop, the K movies and stuff, the Korean movies, which are really good. I need to say, South Korean movies, and military. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. I mean, I'm just talking. I don't know. They are afraid of North Korea and stuff, but they're really proud of this.
Of their military.
So to me, entertainment or music and military actually don't go together so much. I'm coming from
Is it a
punk rock.
military band, kind of?
No, military. Like you were in these rooms and there were all monitors and how super
like
great South
respect.
Korea is,
Oh.
and showing in a
Display
loop
of
like all the
power.
best things,
Yeah.
and it was like actually military, K-pop and K movies, South Korean movies.
They also have the threat that North Korea will bomb them one day and they need to protect
I
themselves.
don't know. I mean,
No, but
South Korea is
there
thinking
is-
about getting
There is still
nuclear
conscription
weapons.
system.
Huh?
I think they still have a system of conscriptions. So they have to go some age. They have to go to
Military.
train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So same as in Israel in a way.
Yeah. But also the same in Switzerland.
Is it?
Yeah, you have to go to the military in Switzerland.
Okay,
But they're
interesting.
such a different country, huh?
Yeah, totally. I mean, they are neutral all the time.
What's going on there?
But
How they
they
manage to
don't
do
have
so?
military, right?
Swiss, yeah, they do have.
No,
Everyone,
they protect themselves.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
everyone in Switzerland, they have gun in their house. So they can carry a gun. But they have no ammunition. I don't know what it's used for. It's like, I can give you a guitar without the strings.
So play a song now.
Good luck with that.
But that's crazy. I mean, yeah, South Korea wants to become a nuclear, or wants to have nuclear weapons. And I mean, this is building up weapons. The nuclear weapons right now, I mean, we're here talking about Japan also. I mean, there was the nuclear weapon
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and it's horrible. But these bombs in former times killing 60,000 or 20,000 right away or something. They are okay. We are audio here. I mean, I'm just showing with my fingers. This is this size, but the nuclear weapons from now they can do this like.
Yeah, they're way
times
stronger.
100 of the destruction. So if you shoot one of this stuff, everyone is fucked.
Exact.
And to still think, okay, who has more nuclear weapons is like kind of the guitar without strings. I don't know.
Yeah, this is the exponential age. Everyone will have a lot of whatever it will be, bad or good, but we will have a lot of it, you know. You can see it with the AI, you know. If you needed 1 week to generate a beautiful painting, now you can do 1 week in 1 hour.
If we lose this art thing totally, to my idea of the modern age is everything in the last years became numbers. Let's say it's about how to sell, how much do you sell, and it's digital numbers. Spotify made it possible that you cannot make so much millions with copyrights with a song anymore or so. But on the other hand, this service is not even making plus money as I know. It's kind of still working.
Yeah, it's a failing system.
In a way, same like Netflix. Netflix is canceling favorite shows after the first season. Everyone's like, "Hey, what the fuck? I want to watch this." They are not successful enough. It's just second place. So it's all about numbers. And when it's all about numbers, what's the meaning? I mean, then generate your AI image, sell it as NFT. If you get a lot of money, great. But who's doing? Look, who's happy about this? It has no meaning. I don't know anything about your story or. Why did you even make this painting? You know what I mean?
You can also write a story in ChatGPT.
Yeah, but who's going to read it? I mean, or if there's so many.
It's about
stories,
branding and marketing, no?
right. So I think if we go back to not the numbers, because in the now times the numbers grew smaller in many industries. If we go back to the art itself. It's a much better gift for whole humanity because this is the stuff where every single person can actually kind of for himself, with herself, identify themselves in a complicated world. This is what art is for.
Well, how can we as artists jump out and be noticed in all this world that you have all those crazy AIs around you and people can do very crazy stuff? Well, what is it about the artist that they can do to be so unique, even though you can have endless options?
I think right now it's the time for experimenting only. It's time for you cannot really make any strategies or business plans. Even record industry trying this a lot. Movie industry trying this. But they can make millions of minus. You know, this project, multi-million project, is wasted. Doesn't matter. They have the money. Right now is experimenting with a new technology, but also don't feel necessarily to use this at all. To think of the alternative of what AI is going to do alone. We need something. We need this alternative. This is what AI is going to do alone at some point. It doesn't need any human anymore. This should not be done. For example, digital. If you make digital artwork, graphical digital artwork, you should come up with a super great idea what AI is not going to do. AI cannot do horror. It cannot do political incorrectness. It cannot do, or what is political incorrect at the moment, it cannot do. It's super careful with any of this. So actually we need to go into the dark side of the human being.
It will be very scary.
For example.
I think the darkest will come from the porn industry. I think this is where we will have exponential growth concerning AI. And once it will be broken there, I think then we will see all the dark side coming out.
Yeah.
When you have AI without any limits and it can do whatever it wants. what kind of weird stuff it can generate, or what kind of weird stuff you can ask him to generate.
Yeah.
Because from the internet it developed some kind of some new sexual fantasies. Just the existence of the internet that were never there before.
Yeah. I mean, I'm cool with just. I think I found in myself the human heart, and I'm okay. I know the time is changing so much and so vastly, but you said it also. You should keep the contact with yourself, with your own intuition, and the more information you load upon it. For example, we've been. This is the very first concert we actually giving, in a way. Of playing unplugged in front of people, for people. We did this with practicing. So we practice a lot the last days, and how the human works with learning is interesting. You cannot push so much information into your mind. You need to have a time, a pause. You need to sleep over it. You need to let it sink, and then you can use the information. It might be playing guitar or using your body in a way or memorizing these words, anything, learning something new. But you cannot just do it as a computer. You need to take the break and then sleep over it, and next day you will probably be better. And the day before you felt like, oh, I'm shit, I'm really bad. Okay, in this moment when you feel like really bad, practicing something, oh, well, great, you made a step forward. You're actually better than before, but it needs some time to sink in. And so, especially when we have at hand all the chat and all these things we can do super fast, everything, it will be just confusing.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes, we need to learn with how to work with AI. So for example, and if you can do anything you want, more or less, you will be sitting there, okay, what should I do? If you have a plan of doing something and you say, in a film, for example, you have the multi-million budget, you can show anything you want. Yeah, this is a problem. You need to ask yourself, what do I not show? What do I not show? So it's much better to work with limitations, normally, for a human brain, because you can only work inside these limitations. And then you can kind of make the best of it, and it cannot be better because there's these limitations, for example.
Yeah, but in the end, it's just the computer code. That's all it is. And it's just a matter of time until someone who knows how this code works, and it will transfer it to a different app that can generate whatever it wants.
Do you know the two-split experience?
No, what is it?
Okay, then it goes too far. But the thing is, I tried with an AI to write screenplays, and within two hours I had 5 different versions. And it was not fully written, not 90 pages, but it's actually really good.
It's a great starting point. Usually.
It's a great starting point, but it was actually really good. But I thought at the 5th version, I thought, whoa. The second and the third was already good enough. So you tend to want more and more and more and more and better, and you end up losing with a lot of stuff, which is nothing. This is what I'm saying. So the human function is still the decider, the one who decides.
Yeah, you're the decider in the end.
Right.
Yeah, for me it's more like shuffling. You shuffle some ideas, and I know this from the photography because I like to take a lot of photos. I have digital camera.
Yeah.
I don't need really to worry about if it costs me or not. So I just take a lot of photos. Sometimes with half an hour, I can take 500-600 photos. It depends if the model is very interesting. And then what I do, I just eliminate all the bad ones, and then I take the epic ones. And if 10% of those photos are good, I have 50 great photos.
Yeah.
So if I do the same thing, let's say with the AI, so if I generate 10 ideas about how to brand a business or 10 ideas how to build a website, then I can just take all the shit. I'm left with really 2 good ones.
But it's still the work that you do. I mean, the work is the sorting out. It takes a lot of time. I mean, looking through 500 photos is it doesn't take 500 seconds. 500 seconds is pretty
Probably there is also
already.
AI that
but
can
I know
do it
this
for you.
Yeah. But this is then the human work is shifting in a way,
Yeah, it makes it more efficient.
It makes it more efficient, yeah. So I'm not against this AI, but as used as an assistant, and I think we need to learn just how to use it.
we need to have kind of regulations, but not such as government regulations, some of like social regulations, because really this is what scares me the most. The porn industry is one of the most addicting industries that there is. Porn and smartphones, they're just play on your dopamine. And TikTok, for example, it's like a casino of dopamine. You just go there, every video that you go, it's something that you like. The algorithm knows exactly how to work. And it's just a matter of time when the AI knows better than you what you like. And it just keep on feeding you with those stuff, especially if it plays on our sexual desires, which is our life force. So it's very easy to go there. And when it will be broken without regulations, without social, I don't know how to call it, like social governance, not by governments, really by people who are living this and they have a good sense of what is good. But this is also judging, so this is where it gets a bit tricky. But how can we make it safe, basically, so we will not go down this rabbit hole and we will lose our connection with ourselves, with our bodies, with our friends? This is what scares me.
I think it will be, first of all, we lose our connections. This is happening right now. And then hopefully, and I'm positive about this, we find the connection. The connection will be spiritual in a way, or whatever is esoteric, spiritual, the connection to yourself. Like, I don't know, meditation and stuff will be much more important.
That's always
that you are you yourself are much more able to decide, no, I'm going to work on this now. I put the phone away or something. I put it off. Stuff like this will be probably more important.
This might be easy for you, but imagine someone who is now being born.
Should be studied in school. This should be taught in school.
What?
Already?
Meditations?
Maybe meditation, or how to use the technology so that you're not getting addicted.
Yeah, what is addiction, I think it's something that we're getting used to. If my parents, for example, did not have phone for most of their life, and they got introduced to that by their 30s or 40s, then it's different if you got introduced to that when you're 2 years old. And you kind of grow up with that. So it's a part that you cannot take away from you. Your whole brain, your whole way of thinking, your whole way of performing you yourself as a human in the world is being connected to those technologies.
True. But then maybe iPhones or phones first from the age of 6 or something. I mean, there was also rules to not...
Can you make it illegal to have someone without a phone until age of 6?
They can do a lot, I think.
like alcohol. You're not allowed to drink alcohol
For
until
example,
you're 18.
yeah. Okay, man, but still people doing it then secretly, but still it's less maybe.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, concentrating much more on sports. I don't have children, but I think if I have children, I want to push them into sport like from the very early age. Yeah. So and then they wake up with 6 or something, and then they're fucking addicted to sports. So if they don't do sports, they will become depressed. This is what I want to have them addicted to.
Yeah, this is really good. Also noticed, I have some friends who are gymnastics. So they do really cool stuff with their body. And they used to do it when they were very young, like 5, 6, 7. And today in their late 20s or 30s, they're very flexible still. Yeah. And they still have good control of their body. Yeah. So this is very important.
And they probably still do some kind of sport or activity because this is, this is little tricks they used before we had the technology.
The technology of Mama Pacha.
Yeah. So yeah, it's everything quite confusing, and so it's hard to make definite expressions about something. But we tend to at least write lyrics which are having some sort of asking what is behind this. Somehow you need lyrics. I think people are not listening to lyrics so much at the time anymore. It's more about the whole thing. But if you use lyrics, then not anything happy, everything is good. You are beautiful and I'm beautiful and we all just want to have party. I think this is not so good anymore. Yeah.
We want depth.
So
talking about depth. There's a song with frogs.
The frog song.
Yeah. Tell me about this frog song a little bit before we're going to play it.
Rock song is very critic.
It's called Shikomanzuku. I would like to call it Shikomanzuku. Miyu would like to call it.
Kawazu.
What does it mean?
That's frog. But frog is already like that's we are the jikomanzuku. Nobody understand what's meaning in Japanese. This is in Japanese. The jikomanzuku is Japanese. So I think I want to put the title with the animal. Kawazu.
With a frog. A cold. Actually, a nice.
What is the English translation to the name of the song? How would you translate it?
So first lyrics. First verse is my part. My part. I wrote this part too. But they're thinking about themselves is elegant, and so best. They're thinking about themselves is best, and with hugging small little shaking pet, like Chihuahua or something. And the second verse, 似合わない高級種に似合わないブランド品を身につけた. This is like this with having sorry, my English is not so great. So with having the super expensive car, which is not suitable for them, and with having with wearing some high fashion brand costumes, dress, which is not suitable for them. But you know, you are hot. This road, you are.
Get likes on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, a frog is a cold reptile. It's actually a cool animal, but it's sitting in this pond. It's actually pretty happy with itself. I think it can just sit there and wait for flies to be eaten.
They're beautiful animals.
Yeah, totally. But what we mean here is actually like.
So it's not just frog in the pond. I mean, like that's original Japanese said 胃の中の蛙大海を知らず. That's its meaning. It's like the frog living in the pond. No, not pond. What's called
pond.
Like
Well,
Swamp.
No.
Swamp?
It's like it's a
Japanese pond.
It's a pond.
yeah,
garden.
it's the Brunnen.
Yeah, but well.
Well.
Like
Yeah.
a prawn, yeah.
They don't know ocean. That is coming afterwards in Japanese. So they don't know outside world, and they are just living in small world, and they're feeling, here's the world, and I'm the best in this small little world.
And sometimes frogs living alone in this pond.
Yeah.
They are the best.
Yeah.
There is a guy named David Goggins. I will just say it and then we can go to the song.
Yeah.
And he said, a lot of people want to be the best amongst mediocre people.
Yeah.
Right.
You want
So-
to be the best among uncommon.
Yeah,
That's what
so
you wanna
it's
be.
coming. I got you, your greatest, and Omar second generation I hear it's like nobody is living in your world, in your small world. And coming 自己満足 when you're working, 自己満足 is self-sufficient when you're working, 自己満足 so self-sufficient when you're loving, and 自己満足 胃の中の蛙 that's I told already, like I explained already. 胃の中の蛙 meaning 蛙 is frog in Japanese.
Kawazo?
Yeah, kawazu. Kaeru actually, but it's Edo era people called as kawazu. It's like old saying.
Old saying of
Yeah,
frog.
old saying frog.
Ancient.
Yeah. And you are serious? Before chorus, I said you are serious. You're serious. Bakayaro. Bakayaro means assholes.
Assholes.
Ashro.
This is untypical in Japanese. You won't say
You
this
said
so
this
much.
word?
Bakayaro. Normally, like people
Bakayaro?
saying fighting in the fight.
Bakayaro, yeah.
Bakayaro. This is really strong words. But I'm singing, you're serious, bakayaro. It's more like, that's more like,
The song actually makes fun.
yeah, exactly.
Tries to make fun of
yeah,
the-
kidding. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
kidding.
think we should listen to the song. Let's
yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. foot ando Hinami ni tsukete But I know you're hot
Oh,
Oh, oh, I got you You're the greatest Oh, oh, oh
お前の世界に住人は癒しない自己満足 when you're walking 自己満足 when you're loving 自己満足胃の中の蛙 You serious バカ野郎 You never know what real love is 手に取れその針自己不信を抜くために Hey, come and sue your police not the ocean You just follow through without any emotion You don't feel it Feel what is realあいつは自分をでかいと思ってる寒い城の中孤独と無情抱えながら
Have another drink, it'll be fun. Have another shot, it'll be done. Isn't it hard to see your kindness keeps on fading? Chikamanzoku when you're working. Chikamanzoku when you're loving. Chikamanzoku.
胃の中の蛙自己満足 when you fucking 自己満足毎日自己満足自画自賛やろ Hey かわす You police not the ocean You just follow through without any emotion You don't feel it Feel what is real You serious バカ野郎 You never know what real love is 手に取れその針自己不信を拭くために You serious バカ野郎バカ野郎 Hey 交わす Your police not the ocean You just follow through without any emotion You will feel it Feel what is real Hey 交わす You police not the ocean You just follow through without any emotion You will feel it Feel what is real
The frog song, great.
How do you say it again in Japanese, the frog?
買わず
Kawazu?
Actually, kaeru is like recently normally the people saying like kaeru kaeru frog as frog in Japanese, but I'm just putting the old saying kawazu.
Because it's also making. Where does it come from? I mean, this is a style from the 90s, or people like trying to. I said this world is full of numbers, but it's also a little bit fake. So in the old like successful business people are busy and don't have time. A lot of people trying to copy this then afterwards and are busy, and this is a different being busy. This is not the busy. If you are really busy, this is different. You don't have time for a long telephone call or anything. But faking being busy to actually make it look like you are successful or something, this is a real paradox. So we use an old word because it actually comes from this, like older people, boomers, are doing this a lot, thinking they're really great, you know?
They want to look like what they're not.
Yeah, but it's
right.
actually just a little bit fake. They're faking themselves, and like a strong self-conscious person doesn't really need this stuff. They're straight and clear. Hey, I don't have time or whatever because of that. But it's not a game, and especially in music, I realized this a lot. I'm much more of a person. Hey, let's write a song. Okay, let's write a song. We go there, meet, write a song, and see what it is. Most of the people would like to meet in a cafe, in a bar before, or talk about, let's meet there, have a drink and talk. What should we talk about? I mean, you want to write a song, let's write a song. They're actually too afraid of actually jumping into the water, you know?
It's scary.
It's scary.
It's very scary.
It's you cannot really work with people like, I need to say Miyu is actually, you would say amateur in music, but she's working much more professional, and she's someone who's jumping right in. She's there, we do it. She's there, she's recording, she's there, she's writing lyrics, seriously. Wonderful. I mean, much more professional. There's no super straight
Thanks.
to the point. Yeah, I told you already. And also not when if your idea is not so good, not feeling like bad about this, but okay, let's look for another one. People take things too personally, or I don't know, maybe this Selbstbewusstsein, the self-consciousness, being conscious about yourself is not so strong. It's actually really weak, so they put a layer fake over it, and this makes the whole process and working with each other super complicated. You should. I think people are afraid. We were looking for videographers so much, and it's brilliant. You can find so many. We had so many on and offs.
Yeah.
Because people then said they never shot with an iPhone. I said, come on, this is the simplest thing, and I even can explain it to you, and you don't even need to have a stabilizer.
You just need to click on the red button.
It's inside already. Yeah, you just a red button and kind of hold in the direction to what it is filmed. And they were really. And then again, these meetings, like trying to look really professional and talking really calm, and I do this and that. You can just save the meeting, like save the money for the drinks. It doesn't matter. It's like just bullshit. It's But then we had Eva. Who could it do? A Polish girl. Right away, right in.
Polish women are amazing.
Let's go.
Shout
I can do
out
it.
to all the Polish women who listen to this
She was the
podcast.
first Lucky Songs music director.
And
And
camera.
second,
Eva
and
Wikiel.
yeah.
Shout
And
out.
She already had a full movie.
Yeah.
Directed a full 90 minutes movie. Pretty amazing.
And the second video also, like, we shot with other director. She's cameraman. Camera.
Yeah, this was
lady.
Clara.
Clara is coming from Spain.
Same attitude.
So
right away.
yes,
Straight into
yes.
it.
And even before shooting day, our camera was stolen. Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
Mark Tare, no.
2
It
days
was-
before the shoot.
Exactly, 2 days before shoot.
We met with Clara, the girl
Yeah.
from Spain. Super cool girl and like camera girl. Totally, let's do this.
Yeah.
And meeting up in Kreuzberg Markthalle. It was super cold and looking for some warm place, but where we also have like a lot of space to so I can show her how the movement will be from
Yeah.
her, because we intended to do a more or less one track shot. I mean, we only had three hours of shooting, so we needed to shoot everything really fast. So I said, okay, this is like a theater play, and you record it live, So, but we needed to fix to make clear where she should be at what point. I don't know. I was just getting to Glühwein to 20 seconds.
Exactly.
20 seconds.
Yes,
Gone.
exactly. The strange
was not
people
even
is
used as
coming
telephone,
with
just for camera.
with paper, and like we are talking, and it's just stolen.
The shit
It was
iPhone
so-
14 came out, and they didn't sell the iPhone 13 Pro anymore. But now we had like really want to get this again, and running around, and I think 5 minutes before the shops closed, Miyu ran to another shop and still got it there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really.
It's all about the attitude, Some people say we are
Exactly.
professionals.
Don't give up. It's very important. Don't give up. It's very important.
I was close to giving up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
he
fuck.
said, no, oh no, we cannot shoot anymore. Hey, we organized everything. Location also we booked, and we have to go to Pizza's Burgers Art, and like I just found even drama also canceled before. Original drama was canceled before 2 days. I was looking for many dramas, and I booked dramas. We had a meeting already day before, and then I was like, no, I don't want to give up. Yeah.
This is human power, and this is maybe this is what we're talking about. I mean,
It's a universal power.
Yeah.
When you really decide to do something,
Yeah.
things will morph in a way that you will
Exactly.
be able to get it.
Yeah.
It's all challenges.
Yeah.
I had a friend. We just uploaded also the episode, the second episode with Anna Galperin, and we thought about it. All the challenges that you have, it's just like you play a video game and you have a big boss that you need to beat up.
Yeah.
And it's just challenges. Just go through them. Don't break.
Interesting. Clara,
Yeah.
the girl from Spain, because I think it's all a cultural thing also. She was saying right after the phone was stolen and police was there and stuff, she was, so I guess it's going to be a good video, yeah. So if shit happens, it's going to be a good video.
It's all about capturing the moment, you know? People
yeah.
think it needs to be very accurate
right.
Yeah.
and everything precise, but
Yeah.
just capture the moment. Even
Yeah.
if it's 60%
Yeah.
well made, it's the
Yeah.
energy that goes
Yeah.
there.
And the video turned out to be really good. I want to get this real live feeling energy.
Is it the black and white video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah. It's sick. I know.
It's moving. There is energy.
Yeah.
It's really, really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. And this energy needed to come from the both of us, the band, and how the camera is moving. Actually,
Yeah.
this and really nailed it. And this
Yeah.
all done in 3 hours, really, like from start to finish, 3
Did
hours.
you use the gimbal for this?
No.
It was
Yeah.
handheld phone.
These are the tricks. I can really tell the tricks here. So iPhone 13. I was looking, and we keep doing videos with this stuff. So it needs to be the Pro version. Then you use Filmic Pro, and you have stabilizers inside.
Is it using both of the cameras for stabilizer or something like
No,
that?
no,
No.
Or maybe I don't know. No. I'm just using one lens because this is the best lens. The other two are not so good.
All right.
And then we used not on this one, but on the Lucky One anamorphic lens adapter. And this makes these nice shiny things and stuff, and like it looks a little bit like movie. People were actually asking. I told Miyu and Eva for the Lucky video, I want that people ask me, how did you shoot it? And I want that some people will think, okay, did they? I mean, it looks like police and people and everything. Is this all like a movie? You know, this is all extras paid or whatever. People were actually asking me this, or people were thinking this is really an expensive production, a big production. No, not at all. But we tried to fake a lot. I used AI again. I used upscaling stuff. What's it called? Tapez AI upscaler is pretty good.
For the video.
To have it's technical. I mean, you have the iPhone and you have the stabilizer inside. So of course it just takes a cropped version of the video.
Yeah.
We record in 4K, but still, it will be worse. So at least I upscaled it a bit into 8K. Then I pushed it back into 4K, and then there was a lot of let's say lens. What's it called? Lens distortion, or to make it less look like iPhone image. And usually I would use lenses or something. It's amazing what you can do.
Yeah, with such little budget.
Yeah.
Just
And
creative
And the point is, I mean, you know it yourself when you do photography or videos or anything. the bigger the equipment, the more problems you will get.
Yeah.
In the post production, in anything. So I was really looking for a way to have a, what's it called, run and gun or run and shoot, like in the film world. There you just like shoot and bam, do it like this, and also that people don't really see we're doing some official video, that we look like tourists, you know. And this was perfect. No one really knew what we were actually doing. Yeah. So it worked out fine. I'm looking forward to the third video. It was always an adventure.
Exactly.
You already working on it?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yes. There's a
Top secret.
It's not. Yeah. It's let's say like this. The work, because we shoot really fast. The shooting is super fast, but to make a super fast shooting, you need to the preparing takes longer.
Yeah, the planning. Yes.
You need to be clear about every little step and so on. And this is where we're at. Yeah. But
Well, I'm
it's
also
not
in the
work.
process of making a video clip for
Yeah.
one of the songs I would like to release to see how people react to this.
Yeah,
And I really noticed the planning is the most crucial part of it.
yeah.
Because if you really want to execute it right, you need to know exactly what you're going to do.
Even if you do improvised stuff, but if you have a plan about what is improvised, it's much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think with everything, the planning is the most important. There is a book, it's called The Art of War.
Mhm.
I think it's been written by a Chinese general 400 years ago, something like
Sun
that.
Tzu. Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
And he says, if you want to win the war, you need to be planned.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that can really get the chances to your side. Like if you come earlier, and if you're planning your steps and what you're going to do, this can guarantee you, I would say, from my experience, maybe 70% of success.
I think so. I'm super happy I have the skill that I'm actually super prepared most of the time. Most of the time, really prepared.
Yeah, but
Or
also
giving
you need
some
a little bit,
space
space for
Yeah,
the
sure.
spontaneous human interaction or whatever happens.
Needs to be, yeah. But like prepared is a real good trick. Even if you're lazy, but still preparing a little bit helps a lot.
Yeah, even if you prepare your day, what you're going to do tomorrow, you just write down on a piece of paper 2 minutes before you go to sleep.
Yeah,
If you continue doing that for the next year, your life will change dramatically.
yeah.
Just these
Totally
little
agree.
habits.
Yeah, totally agree.
Do it, people. And continue listening to the podcast. And then next year, tell me how it was. Come to be a guest here. So what we already weighed in 2 hours because
Yeah, I know.
Super.
Let's jump into the last track.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's great.
Yeah, we're going to finish with the last track. So before we're going to talk about it a little bit more, I would like to remind all the beautiful people who are listening to us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking us with you to your work, to your car, to your offices, wherever you are. Thank you for giving us your attention. I hope that you learned something new. And if you have anything you want to say to me, you can really contact me at Son of a Pigeon in Instagram or on Facebook. Just go and find me, send me a message. It can be love, it can be hate. Give me what you have. And how everyone can find the project SOSOSO. How can we find you?
You can find YouTube.
We need to put links. I mean, the whole social media game. Yeah, we have YouTube, we have Instagram. We're not on Spotify yet. We're not on. Now we are only on Instagram and YouTube
Yeah.
at the moment. And I'm also thinking
Facebook
about
also.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you write it SOSOSO, like SOSOSO.
Yeah.
One big word.
Exactly. Yeah.
It will be easier to find soon, probably. But also with the Spotify, I'm not so sure if I would. I mean, first of all, we think about like releasing every month one video and one song, like doing it together. At the moment, also we building up contacts and see if we can get some fundings and make bigger things or a whole album. In contact with some talks with management and so on. Let's see how this works. But today it's pretty hard to plan a certain success. So as I said earlier, I'm experimenting, trying out, and see what connects, what comes together. This is how we go. Yeah. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We have business cards.
Yeah, right.
Great
right,
video clips.
right.
Go to the
Business
YouTube.
card is good.
Yes.
Yeah, we will have links as well. If you're listening to this on Buzzsprout, there are all the links down there. If not, go to listen on Buzzsprout. I think also on Apple Music it will be, if you're listening there, and you can also comment on Apple Music. And maybe already I will have a YouTube channel while I will release this. So also on the YouTube channel you can find everything there. And yeah, let's go for the last song. What is the last song?
We wanted to do a cover from a band which is becoming famous at the moment, and what I like about them is they actually go. I mean, they're really bringing back the grunge. They're from Koblenz, and I thought like grunge and punk rock and all of this stuff is dead. But no, they having their third album out now.
What is their name?
Their name is
Ryota Soul.
Lyotta Soul. Yeah.
Ryota Soul.
Lyotta Soul.
And they're releasing an album. Do you know the name of the album?
It's called. Wait a sec. Worse.
Worse.
That's it. Worse. And
And the song is
the song we're playing
Disgusting.
is Disgusting.
From the album Worse.
From the album Worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
And
disgusting.
you gotta check it out. I mean, I like it that they really bring the whole energy of the grunge back into this world.
also
And
punk a bit.
It's also
Yeah.
punk a bit. Grunge and punk rock I think are super connected. But it's for me actually an attitude which I would like to hear much more in the whole music, going away from the plastic and getting more back into the real thing. I mean, actually trying to scream and to be really loud, to have the drums pumping. I don't know, energy, real life energy. This is what I'm talking about. And I think they don't take them too serious, which I really like.
Cool. So this song is Disgusting.
Disgusting.
And you're going to play it.
Yeah.
Thank you, people, for listening. Thank you, Drifter. Thank you, Miyu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Like to piss my pants and leave them on for hours. Like and get out of bed and never take a shower. Yeah, I would if I could, yeah, I would, yeah. Yeah, I would if I could, yeah, I would, yeah.
I'd like to disagree myself with my own dad. Living 24/7 in my favorite chat. Yeah, I would if I could, yeah, I would, yeah. Yeah, I would if I could, yeah, I would, yeah.
So come with me and run away to a place where that's the case. Run with me and walk away, walk away. Can't drop everything, be disgusting. Wouldn't it feel so good to leave everything that we trusted in? Wouldn't it feel so good? But if I could. Like to eat in bed and never watch out for stains. Out of attic looking like Jackson Pollock paintings. Yeah, I would if I could, yeah, I would, yeah. Yeah, I would if I could, yeah, I would, yeah.
I'd like to hibernate most of the time, but I'd love to live my life. Please, no commitment at all.
Yeah, I would if I could, yeah, I would, yeah. Yeah, I would if I could, yeah, I would, yeah. So come with me, let's run away to a place where that's the case. Run with me, let's run away, run away. Can't drop everything, be disgusting. Wouldn't it feel so good to leave everything that we trusted in? Wouldn't it feel so good? Can't drop everything, be disgusting. Wouldn't it feel so good to leave everything that we trusted in? Wouldn't it feel so good? What if I could?
Sound of Pigeon Podcast.
Sound of Pigeon.
Son of a Pigeon Podcast.